Hey there, my name's Chris Babcock, and I've been doing a lot of writing this year, learning a lot, and I just wanted to share some of my successes, some of my difficulties, and just my general journey with you. I think one of the things I really improved at this year was just my overall writing style. They say that practice makes perfect, and it's definitely true with writing, even though it's a cliche. The more you keep up with it, the more that you push yourself, the more you excel, and that's definitely something that I have experienced this year. I've also gotten a lot better at editing. I've been working on the rough draft of my second fantasy novel, and whereas normally I let a rough draft be very, very rough, this year I've actually kind of tried to not have it be not have a lot of plot loops and just imperfections in it, but to kind of like hammer it out as I go along and to keep rereading it and keep redoing it. I've also learned to be fairly concise, but that is still one of the things that I struggle with and that I have been struggling with over this semester is really just whittling down the number of words that I use to the bare basics and just really focusing on what needs to be said rather than all the superfluous stuff that I tend to throw in there. I've also found it difficult to show rather than tell. It is something I've been getting better at, but it's still something that needs improvement. Part of the reason for that is that when I started writing, I thought that a big part of show versus tell was not using passive voice. And it is. Passive voice is the killer of a lot of beginning writers. Saying he was running versus he sprinted. But beyond that point, I still struggled with show versus tell on a more deep level, on a more advanced level, I guess. And then I guess some things have also been really rewarding. Working on my fantasy novel has been an amazing adventure, even though I have struggled with it. But it's something that has taught me so much. And even though I felt like giving up on that novel at several points, I think that I've learned a lot of perseverance when it comes to pushing through with a novel, and a series for that matter, rather than giving up and following another plot line that is maybe more interesting in the moment, but isn't going to get you as far as a writer if you don't finish your projects. Another thing that I've been experimenting with a little bit this year was writing in second person. Definitely not my forte, definitely not something that I want to go into a whole lot, but it was interesting just to experiment with it a little bit and try out that method just to push myself, test the bounds a little bit. I definitely plan to keep writing a lot in the future. I plan to finish the fantasy trilogy that I'm working on, hopefully within about a year and a half to 2 years, after which I plan on writing a dystopian trilogy. The first book will be set in northern Canada and Alaska. The second book will be set across the continent of Africa. And the third book will be set in Europe, probably northern Europe. And it'll follow the travels of basically a group of teens trying to track down an elusive government. And throughout that, I will also continue writing short stories and a bit of poetry when the mood hits me, and a lot of other projects. And I think writing is an amazing journey, and it teaches you a lot about yourself. It teaches you a lot about human nature, and definitely something I want to keep doing for the rest of my life. Thank you for watching.